Thank you for joining us for the webcast Small Business Purchasing Program for Buyers. This webcast is for executive branch buyers interested in learning more about the Small Business Purchasing Program of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. For links to related content and policy explanations, see the description below the YouTube playback area. This webcast is being brought to you by the Supplier Diversity Office of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. The webcast provides an explanation of the Small Business Purchasing Program, referred to as SBPP, its purchasing and procurement policies, a demonstration of how to identify SBPP vendors in COMMBUYS, and a review of the SBPP program eligibility requirements and verification process. The Small Business Purchasing Program was established by Executive Order 523 and reaffirmed by Executive Order 599 in recognition of the importance of Massachusetts small businesses and their economic impact. The goal of the program is to increase the Commonwealth's spending on goods and services purchased from eligible small businesses. The program provides small businesses with special consideration when executive departments conduct small procurements valued at $250,000 or less. Vertical or horizontal construction procurements are not included. Commonwealth departments have a goal or benchmark to spend a specified percentage of their annual discretionary budget with small businesses. There are policies in place to help agencies meet this goal. When purchasing from an existing contract, agencies must do the following. If an existing contract allows to choose a prime contractor to buy from, the agency is instructed to buy from a small business to the extent possible based on contract terms, departmental policies, laws, and regulations. If an existing contract requires solicitation of multiple quotes, the agency must notify at least 2 diverse and/or small businesses capable of providing the product or service of the opportunity. When conducting departmental procurements, agencies must follow specific procedures to ensure compliance with the policy. Executive departments are required to include specific language in their bids for small procurements. The language states, while all businesses, no matter the size or principal place of business, may submit responses to this solicitation, should an SBPP participant respond and meet the best value criteria as described in the solicitation, the SBPP participant shall be awarded the contract. The RFR template language can be found on the SDO Program Resources for Departments webpage. Executive agencies must notify at least 2 small businesses capable of providing the product or service of the opportunity. When a new bid is being created in COMMBUYS, the SBPP designation needs to be checked off. Log into COMMBUYS and start a new bid. The bid screen displays the General tab where required fields are completed. Scroll down to the SBPP eligibility question and click on the drop-down arrow to see the options. Select Yes for all procurements with an annual value of less than $250,000. Agencies must evaluate the SBPP responses first and award a contract to a verified SBPP bidder that meets the department's best value scoring criteria. If no SBPP verified small business meets the best value scoring criteria, agencies must conduct a clarification, BAFO, and/or negotiation before disqualifying an SBPP participating business based on price or desirable criteria. Agencies can award to a large business only if there is no SBPP participating business meeting the department's best value criteria. SBPP is not applicable to procurement exceptions. For example, incidental purchases, defined as non-reoccurring purchases of less than $10,000, are exceptions to regular procurement policy and are therefore exempt from the SBPP. However, if these purchases are awarded to SBPP participants, the money spent would count towards the SBPP benchmark. To locate SBPP businesses on a contract, use the Advanced Search option. Click on the Advanced Search hyperlink. Choose Blankets from the drop-down list. In the description box, type in the name of the contract and click Search. In the Contract/Blanket column, locate the Master Blanket Purchase Order and click on the hyperlink. Click on Vendor tab, then click on Distributors sub-tab. Look in the Categories column to see which vendors are SBPP, Diverse Certified, or both. You can verify active SBPP vendors by one of two ways. The first method is to look at individual vendor profiles in COMMBUYS. Click on the Advanced Search link and then choose Vendors from the drop-down list. Scroll down the page to the Supplier Diversity and Small Business box on the right. Locate and select Small Business Purchasing Program, then click Search. Locate the vendor name and click on Vendor ID to bring up the profile. Click on the Terms and Categories tab and scroll down to the Supplier Diversity and Small Business Status category. If the business is an SBPP participant, the word active will be in the status field. If it says uncertified or it's blank, then the vendor is not an SBPP participant. For departmental bids with a large number of quotes, another option is to run an administrative report. Bids created by another agency or department will not appear in the report. Once you are logged into COMMBUYS, locate the Settings icon in the upper right-hand corner. Click the icon and then choose Reports. Click the link titled SBPP Status by bid number. The full bid number is not needed as you can search by the last 5 digits. After entering the bid number, click Apply. In the resulting report, the vendors with a Y status are verified SBPP participants. You can export the results and save it for your procurement records. Click the Export icon in the upper left-hand corner and choose the format from the available options. So what are the eligibility requirements for SBPP participation? Businesses must meet the following criteria to qualify for participation. Its home base or head office located in Massachusetts, and be registered with the Secretary of State or with their city or town. Have been in operation for at least 1 year. Have no more than 50 full-time employees in all locations. and a gross annual business revenue average of no more than $15 million over the past 3 years. All SBPP verification questions should be sent to SBPP review at mass.gov. Applications must be validated before the SBPP designation is added to the business profile. The SBPP application can be found in the STO portal. Once the vendor's SBPP status is approved, the vendor's COMMBUYS profile is marked as active. SBPP certification is renewed every 3 years, and vendors are reminded via email when it's time to renew. A vendor's SBPP certification may expire while on contract. If you discover that a contractor's SBPP status has lapsed or no longer meets the eligibility requirements, here are a few things to be aware of. Vendors who are no longer eligible for SBPP will be allowed to complete the current contract term, and spending with SBPP ineligible vendors does not count toward the benchmark. In summary, here are a few reminders. Executive Department procurements must follow specific procedures to ensure compliance with applicable statutes, regulations, and policies. Small goods and service procurements and RFQs with a value of $250,000 or less must have SBPP language and the SBPP designation checked as yes in the COMMBUYS bid solicitation. Buyers can identify SBPP vendors by locating the master blanket purchase order. Click on the Vendor tab, then click on Distributors link. Active SBPP vendors can be identified in 2 ways. Locate the vendor profile, then click on the Terms and Categories tab. Scroll down to the Supplier Diversity and Small Business Status category. If the business is an SBPP participant, the word active will be in the status field. Or for bids that receive a large number of quotes, generate an SBPP status by bid number report in COMMBUYS. Contractors who are no longer eligible for SBPP will be allowed to complete the current contract term. Spending with SBPP ineligible vendors does not count toward the benchmark. Buyers should always encourage vendors to maintain their SBPP certification. This ends the webcast presentation on the Small Business Purchasing Program. If you would like to copy the contact information, please pause the presentation.